Welcome to Potawatomi Sportsbook Weekly. This is Austin Herdina, Sportsbook Manager, with Zach Studi, our Restaurant Manager, and Eric Osterman, our Director of Digital Gaming. Great day today, guys. We got opening day in baseball for the Brewers. Yesterday, started off the season, Yankees just destroyed the Giants. But today,
without Aaron Judge showing up, I know he was there, but
4
he didn't
strikeouts.
really show up.
I didn't need him.
Yeah.
But yeah, today started off the Mets and Pirates for the first game today. Saw Freddie Peralta let up a 2-run shot. And then Skeens got destroyed. Didn't even get out of the first inning.
Pulled him in the first.
Let up 5 runs, and he had guys on base, and they pulled him. I was expecting that to be a pitcher's duel.
Also a big thing to note, the first season with ABS finally.
Yeah.
So
The first half inning that I caught of the Sox-Brewers game, there were 3 strikes overturned. Well, not called strikes, overturned. In just that half inning. It was kind of incredible, honestly. But I guess it shows the system's working.
So those were wrong calls by the umpires, is what you're saying?
Yeah, the umpire called them balls, and all 3 of them, they reviewed for strike.
do you feel like this is going to change how the game is played? I mean, now we got the pitch clock, now we got ABS, and now the catchers, from my understanding, the catchers can call for review on it.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. The catcher was 3 for 3. They were all from him, from the White Sox catcher.
It's going to make the games longer again.
Yeah, I think it is. I think they need to get faster at the review. A lot of standing around looking at the scoreboard.
It is pretty fast, though. I mean, you look at how when the NFL added replay. I mean, even now, still, it's so slow. It takes forever.
I don't know if the NFL is the gold standard at the way we should view. Yeah, the way we should think about reviews. Like in tennis, it seems like it's pretty instant, right? Like is it referee or umpire in tennis? I forget. Either way,
whoever's sitting
they
up there
call for the review, and it's pretty instant. So I think baseball will get better at it. I think personally, I don't like it. Right, like I grew up playing baseball where what the umpire was calling was part of the game, right? Like you had to adjust depending on the umpire's the strike zone. So I think to answer your question, this is going to dramatically change the way the game is played. I think they're trying to get more action in baseball, and I don't know. I think this will tighten the zone and make actually less action. I hope I'm wrong.
I disagree. I think tightening the zone is going to make pitchers have to throw strikes down the plate more.
Part of what they're doing is they don't when you're pitching, you don't you set people up with pitches, right? So you don't always they're not trying to force the pitchers to put the ball in the strike zone. They're just trying to get rid of that gray area of is it a strike or is it a ball? Because most pitchers are going to put the ball, low and away, like something slow, low and away, and then they're going to bring it up with high heat. It's one thing playing off another.
I'm a huge fan of it. I hope it expands even. I hope that, right now, I don't remember the exact rule on how it is how many attempts you get, but I would love to see it be kind of like 3 strikes you're out. If you ask for it 3 times in a game and you're wrong by the 3rd time, you don't get to ask for it anymore. But I would love for it to be asked. Yeah, I think it should be asked a lot more.
Just taking away challenges kind of thing. Like if you miss the call 3 times, I feel like if you're a professional catcher though, guys, just so you're aware, we got both games sitting on here. So feel like if you're a catcher though and you're in these games, you know what you're seeing. I mean, you're probably gonna get it right. I mean, you've been catching balls, we'll say, for the better part of 20 years. You should pretty much know what you're seeing.
That's true. I think honestly, I know we'll move on from this in a second, but the thing that I'm worried about is where this ultimately leads to, right? Because if the idea is that we're going to get every single ball and strike correct every time, well, then you should just get rid of the human umpires. Just have the computer call the whole thing, and we'll make sure everything's right. We'll take the creativity out, and
I thought that was a part of the game that you like. I like that
that's
part
what
of
I'm
the
saying.
game.
That's what I mean. I like the creativity part. I like the fact that you can, pitchers like Maddox and Glavine back in the day where they would push the strike zone further and further, and eventually we're getting strike calls that weren't. That was part of the game. Well, now, if the focus is just to specifically call a ball or a strike, then why don't we just get rid of the umpire and just make sure and just have 100% accuracy.
And then the same thing. NFL refs, get rid of them, can them.
Well, that
NBA refs, get rid of them.
Anyway, I'm sure we'll have this debate many times throughout this.
The Terminator talked about all this before, man. We can't go to the machines.
Let's not delay any longer on this food in front of us here. What do we have here, Zach? Can you tell us what we're looking at?
So we have our B13 burger over here. That's 2 quarter-ounce patties. It looks kind of like a Big Mac. It is much better than the Big Mac. So we have our own like homemade Thousand Island dressing. You got onions, you got tomatoes, celery, our horseradish pickles, and a nice pile of fries there. So we're still doing this on special right now, guys. I kind of want
one of these.
Can I get the camera panned back so we can get a live reaction? I know Eric was giving it the biz.
What a beautiful shot that was.
Yeah, that was a beautiful shot. Shout out Wyatt back there.
Yeah.
I need kind of a live reaction. You want to try it?
You want me to? Yeah, get in there.
Yeah, get in there.
I'll take a bite of these.
I'm about the fries first. Waffle fries are the best fries.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Crinkle cut fries are up there too, but I love waffle fries.
Yeah. Let me get in here.
That's a good sized burger too, ain't it?
Sesame seed bun.
Maybe Wyatt can pan away for me real quick so I don't.
So it's not so dirty. Sorry for putting you on the
Oh,
spot.
we didn't bring any napkins in here.
I can get napkins. It's right outside the door.
Wow. That is fantastic.
Isn't it?
So juicy.
Yeah.
Burgers are perfectly cooked. That's really good.
Yeah.
Good.
Excuse me. Please.
I'll grab you some napkins. Hold on. I put them on the spot there.
No, I could eat that every day of the week.
Good health, good portion of fries there too.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good burger. I mean, there's such a difference between like a fast food burger and a good restaurant burger.
Yeah, there is. And this is one of those that you can sit here and watch the games here on our awesome screen, enjoy this burger and those fries, maybe a beer like Austin's gotten from him here, and that's a good afternoon. You know, that'll play any day.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
There we go. Thank you, sir.
Can I just say how great it is to have Brewers baseball back on? The atmosphere out in the book is awesome
Look at this here.
right now.
Brewers scoring some more.
Yeah.
Let's go.
6-1 Brewers.
Oh.
That's all right. That's all right. We got one across.
Yeah.
We got 2 across that inning. Guys, might be the season of Joey O.
Come get one of these.
Yeah, and what we got? What are we drinking here?
So, all Brewer season long, this is, we got our Barrelman Leinenkugel's Ale. So, available now at the Sportsbook. We're running game day specials on those every Brewers game day. So, make sure you guys stop out, have that. I don't know if we can drink on live, but it's a good beer.
And then we have a new special starting soon. Can you tell us about that?
Oh, yeah. So again, during Brewers baseball season, we got the brat special, right? So you're gonna get a brat, you'll get a beer, and what was it, chips?
Chips
For $10.
Beer, brat, and chips for $10.
$10.
I mean, you can't
beat that.
No, you can't beat that. You're sitting there, you're getting a nice, brat and beer and chips for $10.
And we're still running shuttles too. So guys, make sure that you guys are stopping down at the Sportsbook. We're shuttling daily to all Brewers home games.
What's that you have in front of you there?
Oh God, we brought so many tools. This is like Blue's Clues back in the day, like show and tell. So this is our 100-ounce beer tower, guys. So again, whatever you guys like. If you're a hazy IPA guy, now that we're getting into the summer, it might be that time to get into that. We got Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, so
a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah,
I love a summer shandy.
You're new here, so even the shandies are nice and new for you.
No, we got shandies out in Vegas.
Oh, did you?
Luckily enough, yeah. Very, very good poolside beer.
Right. So again, guys, as we get in the summer, we're always updating our beers. We got 48 taps downstairs. Always new beers in house. We got Surfside that we just brought in.
Yeah, that just started this week, I believe, right?
Yep. So tons of new stuff, and like I said, me and my team, we take a look at all the beers once we rotate into different seasons. Shifting into some light stuff, getting away from the stouts, and we're no longer in Oktoberfest anymore. Yeah,
it'll come around again.
It'll come around again.
Another 6 months or so.
Always just check out Untapped. We post our beers there. 48 different taps. Again, come down, try them all.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
So, baseball season being back, there's great food and drink here. There's also some basketball games tonight, guys. I don't know if you heard. But we got some great matchups here. We're down to 16 teams in college basketball. Starting off tonight with Texas, Purdue. Purdue's favored by 7.5. Iowa and Nebraska. A lot of people were expecting to see Florida there. Iowa took that upset. Nebraska never won a tournament game before. Here they are in the round of 16. And then Arkansas, Arizona, Illinois, Houston. We got that region, or those 4 teams there. We got 4 versus a 1 and 3 versus a 2. We got some great games tonight. I'm looking at the Purdue game. First game up. Purdue minus 7.5 against Texas. Texas comes out of the first 4, makes it all the way here to the Sweet 16. But Purdue started the season as the number 1 team in the country. Did not play like it most of the year. They've been playing like it lately. I really like the way they've came through and won the Big Ten tournament, won these first 2 games. I think there's something special going on there. I expect Purdue to handle Texas tonight by double digits.
You know what? I feel like every year we're always talking about Purdue, and how many years have they won it? You know, I mean, I'm not saying that they're gonna lose to Texas,
right?
But I would shy away from Purdue, as I feel like they are constantly on upset alert. One thing to note here, as I'm looking at this slate of 16 games, there's a lot of big NBA prospects still in this, and typically you don't see these guys. I know a big name is like Anthony Edwards, never even made it into the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So you got guys like my personal favorite, Darius Acuff Jr., who's playing in Arkansas. I think they can knock down Arizona, because they're another one of those teams too that are always in the tournament and can never really seem to get it
and
done.
I heard he just signed a good sneaker deal too.
Yep,
a lot of money.
getting paid by Reebok. But
and he's got obviously a coach with plenty of experience with Calipari.
Calipari, yeah, you gotta like how they're set up.
It's interesting. I don't normally agree with you guys, but I agree with you on Arkansas.
Yeah.
But I love Purdue in this game. I think if you look at any sort of playoffs, no matter what the sport is, you look for the team that's hitting their stride at the right time.
Yeah.
For me, that's Purdue.
And they get second chance points like crazy too.
Yeah.
They always have big guys.
I think Purdue's my favorite play of this round.
Iowa, Nebraska, the Big Ten matchup. I mean, we got Big Ten teams all around here. We got Purdue in the first game, Iowa and Nebraska in the second game. Third game, no Big Ten. And then the fourth game, we got Illinois playing against Houston. And that's going to be a really good game. I think most people, whoever comes out of the Illinois-Houston matchup, probably thinking they're going to beat Iowa or Nebraska to get to the Final Four. So it's a tough choice. If I had to pick, I'd pick Houston, but Illinois is a pretty good team as well.
I like Houston in this game. I just, you got Keaton Wagler that's playing for Illinois. He's a great long guard, but he's very unproven. He's still a freshman. He hasn't seemed to kind of play those big games yet. And on the other side, you got Mr. Fleming, who's going to be matching up against him. And if you guys know Houston and you guys have seen Houston before, they are notoriously great defensive teams.
Oh, they're physical. They play very physical basketball.
And I think you'll see that kind of come out. So, I mean, for me, Houston's a lock right there.
Great coach as well.
We're 3 for 3 across the table here on Houston.
Going into tomorrow's games, St. John's and Duke. Mm-hmm. Duke is favored by 6.5. You all know Duke and Siena first round. Siena had a 13-point lead, I think, is the biggest lead.
They were playing with
11.5.
Yeah.
They were playing with their food.
Duke came back, got it done in the end by 6. And then Duke was not looking very strong in the second game either, and then they really ran it out at the end. So Duke coming into this game against St. John's, who beat Kansas last round.
Prospect went
it's
down
going to be a
tonight.
fun game to watch.
Yeah.
I'll say that. St. John's has some more experience.
Did you guys see this stat where every year that Duke has won the tournament, they've beaten St. John's on their way to get there?
No.
Yeah.
That actually makes that checks out.
Yeah, and look, you mentioned it the way Duke looked in the second half of their last game. I don't think 6.5 is enough points, so I'd be on Duke minus the points in this one. St. John's has been a good story, but I think their road ends here.
I agree. Call it 4 for 4 on it then.
Alabama at Michigan. Michigan, or not at, it's a neutral site, but Michigan favored by 9.5. That is a big number, but Alabama's playing without their second leading scorer, and both these teams can score a lot of points. Total is 172.5. by far the highest total of the matchups this week. I expect Michigan to score 90, maybe even close to 100. I think Michigan's going to win this game. I'm going to call it right now. Michigan wins this game 100-80. Take the over. And Michigan.
Is Phylon playing? Phylon's playing in this game.
Yeah, why not?
Right? Okay, so, I mean, the one thing I like about Michigan is they got a lot of big guys. Alabama does not have that, but they have Phylon, who's pretty... He's a pretty great point guard down there in Alabama, and Alabama's always got some pretty great players. They have bad Brandon Miller in the past, and I mean, I agree with you. I'm more of a give me the plus points on that. I don't think that they're gonna do it like this. I mean, we're in the Sweet 16. I don't think they're gonna blow somebody out by 20.
And then the next matchup, Michigan State and UConn. UConn favored by 1.5. This is one that I've seen a lot of our bettors come to the counter and bet on already. A lot of people are going with UConn in this matchup. Michigan State is a team that, they got the senior point guard, Fears. He's looking pretty good. UConn, what was that?
Jeremy Fears, right?
I believe so, yeah. And then UConn, I forgot his name all of a sudden, but their big guy, he had 31 points and 27 rebounds in the tournament already in the first game.
It's not Donovan Clingan anymore.
No,
I don't know his name. I can't recall.
We're going to learn his name, I think, tomorrow night against Michigan State. UConn minus 1.5. I'm on that one as well.
Same here. I don't usually like to be on the same side as the Joe Public, but I think UConn's just too good.
We're all agreeing on everything.
I feel like what's really making things the big difference in these games right now is they're big men. I feel like these people that. Like, a lot of these teams are, great around the perimeter, but then you got to have teams that are complete, that have a big guy that can eat boards and defend the paint.
Yeah. Sometimes those big guys look like men playing with boys. You know what I mean?
100%.
It's, the UConn's got the strength for sure. Tennessee, Iowa State, last game of the night. I'm on Tennessee in this one. Iowa State had a good season. I don't think they're as strong as they have been. Tennessee's looked pretty good, plus 4.5. I think that game's going to come down to the wire. I'd rather get the 4.5. You guys got any thoughts on that one?
I agree with you, and I mean, even if you want to sprinkle some money on that money line, because I'm looking at the money line for Iowa State, it's minus 195. I'd rather take my chances with the plus 150 with Tennessee.
Clean sweep, stamp it, Tennessee.
Yeah, and we still have betting on who's going to win the whole tournament. Who's going to win each region? So, if, for your team to make the Final Four, and then even some fun stuff too, like conference specials, right? Like which conference is the champion gonna come out of? So if you like, maybe you like, let's see, Big Ten. They're the favorite right now to be the champion. They have so many teams still remaining.
Yeah, what's the SEC?
SEC.
I was just looking
18-1.
There you go. Might be a little something there.
Yeah, we got Arkansas, Alabama.
I love Acuff Jr. I think he's just a stud. He reminds me of AI. Just how he plays the game. He controls the pace of it. It looks good. Can I just say the Brewers also look good, and Miz is still pitching, and he's throwing 100 miles an hour at 100 pitches. Just saying.
The bats have not cooled down for the Brewers, picking up where they left off.
Yeah. We still have the women's college tournament going on as well yet. NHL is in full swing. Yeah. NBA has a few weeks left. The Champions League in soccer is coming up here in the next week, 2 weeks.
Of the year, for betting. Before the dog days of summer. Get in on the NHL and NBA right before the playoffs. It's a great time. Oh, we got
Sal.
Selper in the upper deck. Oh wow,
that was a bomb.
That he didn't miss that ball.
If you took the over today, you're cashing that ticket already.
Hey, before this game started, Austin, can you just tell me what I said my bet was going to be for today? Just run it by me one more time.
I believe you said Brewers to win.
By what?
By minus 1.5 on the run line.
Yep.
I believe you also said the Bryce Turang over 1.5 total bases at plus 125.
That hit.
And Brewers minus 1.5, by the way, I believe was plus 120.
Yep. So it was plus 300.
You got 2 plus monies right there already. Yeah.
Yep. And it looks like we're in a good spot to hit that. But
very good spot.
Incredible stuff from you, Zach. I love this.
Every once in a while I get it right.
Yeah, we still have UFC fight nights every Saturday, which is fun. Next pay-per-view for that looks like it is April 11th. So we're just a couple weeks away from that one. What else is happening 2 weeks from today, Eric? Tell me what's happening.
That would be the start of the Masters tournament, Austin. The best week of the year for me personally. Really looking forward to it. Got the Houston Open going on this week. A lot of big names that are still trying to qualify for the Masters this year. Ricky Fowler, Tony Finau, Sahith Theegala, guys like that are not even qualified yet.
So now, how do they qualify from right now 2 weeks out? How are they going to be able to get in?
So you have to be in the top 50 in the world ranking, or have won a tournament in the past calendar year, a qualifying tournament in the past calendar year.
Right?
Most of the regular PGA Tour events are qualifying events. So if you won a tournament between last year's Master and now, there's a good chance that you're in. But like I mentioned, some big names are not in yet that are going to be playing these next 2 weeks to try to get themselves in. So.
I know in past years too, you see some amateurs compete as well.
Yeah.
Now how does an amateur make their way into a Masters?
Great question. So the major USGA championships, you have the US Amateur, you have the British Amateur, the Asian Pacific Amateur, and the Latin American Amateur. The winner of all four of those gets into the Masters, as well as the runner-up in the US Am and the British Am. I believe the runner-ups get in as well. So usually 6 to 8 participants. I think the Mid-Am champion still gets in, so that's the guy playing between the 25 and 40 age bracket. So yeah, those USGA championship winners will get in.
Just want to let you know, Eric, you can get 1,000 to 1 on Fred Couples right now if you want to repeat champion there.
I will consider it, but I'm holding for now.
Tiger Woods 250 to 1.
Yeah, he played in the TGL event on Tuesday. Looked pretty good, but the thing with him is not necessarily his swing. Can he make the walk? Augusta National is extremely hilly. It's a difficult walk.
I just think one of the coolest things about the Masters is that they bring back they bring back their champions.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
So guys like Jose Maria, I don't know how to say his last name. Olazabal.
Yeah.
Mike Weir.
Sure.
Angel Cabrera.
Yeah.
Zach Johnson. I think he won one, right?
Yep, Zach Johnson's in. Zach Johnson won his Champions Tour debut this year. He turned 50 this year. Won his first tournament on the Champions
Bubba Watson, did he win one?
Watson
He's on the list.
He's won 2 Masters.
Phil Mickelson.
Yep.
He's still.
Danny Willett will be in
Danny
there.
Willett, 350 to 1. There's definitely some long shots on the board for guys that have won this tournament. Will they bring the magic again? We will see. Scheffler is the favorite at 4 to 1.
That's actually gone up. I think it was 3 1/4 at one point.
Well, he missed the tournament this week because having a birth of a child.
Yep.
Joey Ortiz, by the way, is.
He looked like he got that one.
Flew out to the warning track, but he's on fire today. He's got a couple base knocks already and some RBIs. McIlroy 9 to 1. DeChambeau 12 to 1. Rahm 12 to 1. I think DeChambeau, he won the tournament last week.
He won the live event last week. He beat Rahm in a playoff last week. Rahm is still my pick, by the way. 12 to 1 is a little tough, especially with Scotty in the field, but I think Rahm is getting it done.
I feel like Scotty always is the favorite to win every tournament.
Yeah, for good reason.
I mean, he's a great golfer.
Yeah. He hasn't looked as good, which is why his odds have gone up. He's had a little bit, you call it a struggle this year. He's finished out of the top 25, I think, once this year. And everybody's saying he's struggling, but,
One of the great things about the Masters is it brings all the best players from the world into one tournament. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, just with the rise of LIV, you don't have, those weekly tournaments where you're seeing all the best players on one course. Yeah. So the Masters, what else? The Open, the British Open, we call it.
The U.S. Open and the PGA Championship. Those are really the only times throughout the year where you get to see the best guys in the world play against each other. Masters is a little bit smaller field than you see in the other majors, which, they have those strict qualifying, parameters, but it's the best tournament of the year. It's the only major that gets played at the same place every year. You get to know the course, you get to know how the players do on the course, and it's really good. And we have seen some long shots come through. You know, Charles Schwartzel comes to mind. Danny Willett, like we mentioned. So those guys down at the bottom of the odds board, you know, they're not dead.
I'm looking at one right now that I've seen some bets come in on already this week.
Okay.
It's Si Woo Kim, 66-1.
That makes a lot of sense.
I can't tell you anything about him. Why do you think people? Why have we seen a lot of those bets lately?
He has a very good Masters record. He hasn't won one yet, but I believe he's finished top 10 multiple times. He also had a really good start to the year. He's cooled off a little bit the last few weeks, but he was really hot. He finished top 5, I think, 3 out of the first 5 events this year. So, not surprising he's getting some action. You also will hear some people talk about the lefties at Augusta. You know, we've had a number of left-handed winners, Phil Mickelson, Mike Weir, guys like that, Bubba Watson. A guy to look at for me, Robert McIntyre, the Scotsman, 40-1. That's kind of juicy. He's been playing really well. He's, he's kind of one of those sneaky guys that's not overly flashy, but he gets the ball in the hole. So
he's plus 350 just to make top 10.
Yeah, that might be a good one.
Top 5 plus 750. Yeah. So if you don't want to just bet on the winner, we also have a lot of other options. Bet on top 5, top 10. What else do we offer? We offer matchups.
Yeah.
Groups like sharpshooters. A lot of different ways to bet on the Masters, which is fun. And then even come closer to the tournament, you can just bet on who's going to be leading after today. Who's going to be the leader after round 1.
Yeah, will there be a hole-in-one is usually up there. Yep. They're going back to the traditional Sunday pin on 16 where the guys set it up on the hill and it rolls down to the hole. So, that hole-in-one might be live there. Okay. The other par 3s at Augusta are tough, but 16 you can make something happen there. Yeah,
it's such a fun tournament.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where even very casual golf fans are paying attention that weekend. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. Come on in and watch the Masters. Come on in and watch all these different sporting events we have going on. So much to watch. Come in, eat this burger and waffle fries and pickles and the beer. Get the beer tube. What's the price on a beer tube? What do we charge for that giant thing?
20. So it's $20 plus whatever the cost of the beer is.
All right. So
if it's $6 for a draft, it's like $26.
That's awesome. And that's
for 100 ounces.
And usually it's like a table that shares that, right?
Yeah.
You're not seeing 1 or 2 guys. Usually it's a full table.
I've seen some people try to sneak out with the beer tube. I mean, I don't blame them. It's a good deal. But for one guy, that's a lot of beer.
Yeah. Well, head to Potawatomi.com/casino/sportsbook if you want to take a look at reserving tables in here. UFC, the next UFC pay-per-view, April 11th. We got reservations open for that if you want to check out our menu as well. That's going to do it for us this week. As always, Austin, Zach, and Eric, thanks for watching.